So today's topic is healthy swaps, sauces, spices, dressings, everything to elevate the flavors of your food. Next week, Dr. Rappy and I are coming live from the office again, and we're going to be talking about what is functional testing and what do we offer, why do we offer it. So we'll be doing a deep dive into testing. But for today, we're going to do a deep dive into healthy swaps. So thank you everyone who's joining live, and for those of you watching this recorded, I'm Lori Rappy from Thrive Functional Wellness Center, and as I was saying earlier, talking about food is my passion. And what I'm sharing today are healthy swaps and I'm going into spices, sauces, and dressings because in our wellness program, we teach new lifestyles. Well, in order for someone to really make those changes, your food better taste good. It better taste good. Who agrees with me? Better taste good. It better be interesting for when you're feeding your family or your friends. If not, you're not going to continue doing it, right? Who agrees with me? Couple of thumbs up. So today, I'm going to talk about a couple things. So first, why do I talk about healthy swaps? I do have other videos that I've done. I did a whole one on healthy swaps for snacks. This is really good with all the kids going back to school. So you can go on our website, go on our Facebook page to see that one. I also did a healthy swaps just with almost like everything that I had in my kitchen. And from flours to sauces, we talked about a whole lot of stuff. But today, I'm talking about healthy swaps because it's literally such an important of your self-care. And again, for those of you who know me, you know I'm always talking about prioritizing your self-care. You cannot make a commitment to changing your eating, to making changes without doing something different. So I want to help with that something different and keep things simple. So the reason why I look at the sauces, the spices, the dressings is one, if you are getting something in a package, which you can make things homemade, but you can also buy a lot of great things packaged. But what you're looking for is clean. Clean. Let's talk about that. What I mean about clean is I want products that if it says like this, it's a buffalo sauce, I just want to see the seasonings, the spices that go into that. I don't want to see added sugars, added preservatives, and toxins. That's how you know something is not clean. And I don't want sugars. I don't want the added cane sugar. I don't care if it says organic. So I'm really looking for something clean. So when you're looking at your spices, your sauces, why it's important is two main reasons. One, you can elevate the flavors of your cooking on a daily basis, and it's really great for leftovers. You know, you have those boring leftovers, right? Anybody knows about that. And you just add a little seasoning, a little sauce, all of a sudden you've got an amazing new meal. So I'm first going to talk about some sauces. And at the end, you guys can grab paper and pen because I'm actually going to give you a couple of homemade recipes that you can try as well. But I am going to start with the sauces. So, and I am not endorsed by any of these products. These are literally things that I have here in my kitchen. So, buffalo sauce. I don't know, has anybody tried this? This is Primal Kitchen. I really like their brand. They have some really great sauces. And this, I mean, you can put this on anything from a hamburger to your veggies. Talk about your chicken leftover. This is really, really a great sauce. I also like this Noble Made, this mild buffalo. They have a bunch of different sauces as well. These brands, here's another one from Primal Kitchen. So this is a classic barbecue sauce. It's super easy to make your own, but for those of you like me who are super busy, sometimes it's just nice to have the sauce available. Different things that you can do with these different sauces. I also have like the red hot sauce. Love this. This with some mayonnaise, oh my gosh, makes like a spicy mayo. And I actually have one of my favorite mayos. you guys know about the mayonnaise, right? How important it is to get an avocado oil based mayonnaise, because if not, there's so much soy hidden in that mayonnaise. So these two together are unreal. It is so good. It just, you can dip anything in here. I've dipped from my chicken to meatballs that I've made, you name it, and I will dip it in there. What's nice, let me see, with these sauces, and then I'm gonna actually bring in one of my favorite kind of spaghetti sauces. What's amazing is how you can get some super clean sauces. This again is something that's pretty easy to make on your own, but it's even easier to, to just buy it if you find something clean. So with the sauces, you can do a couple things. Again, you can put it on something that's already cooked, use it as a dipping. You can also use it as a basting type scenario. Who here has an air fryer? Anybody use an air fryer? One of my favorite things to do is to bread my chicken, and the breading that I use is almond flour. I'll bread it, I'll cook it in the air fryer, and then I will take it out. I will add one of these sauces, whatever you're kind of feeling like, put it back in and bake it. Now you have like a buffalo chicken, right? You can do this with your vegetables as well. So putting these aside, the other thing I want to show you guys about sauces, sorry, I have a lot of stuff over here, is anybody cook with an Instant Pot? I love my Instant Pot. So you can actually take these sauces. I love to do this. And I love to do this with like salsa verde and different types of salsas, which of course you can make on your own. But if you're just looking for a quick meal, you can literally put your chicken in an Instant Pot and just put the sauce over it and turn your Instant Pot on. And now you can do so much with that chicken. You can shred it. You can make tacos with siete tacos. You can put it in a salad. But now what you've done is you've taken that boring chicken and you've elevated the flavor with one of the sauces, right? So have you guys tried any of these sauces? Anybody that's on here live? These are actually from Trader Joe's, these particular ones. And again, it's not that I'm necessarily endorsing any of these in particular, but what I do want you to do is start reading the labels. You'll be so surprised at the soy that's hidden in them, the toxins, the preservatives, the added sugars, and you don't need any of that, right? Okay, so that was a little blurb about sauces. I'm gonna put all that over. Let's talk a little bit about dressings. Who likes salad dressings here? Does anybody enjoy a nice little salad dressing? So, thank you for the thumbs up. So there's so many things that you can make. I'm gonna just show you some of my favorites. For any of my local people, if you guys know All of a Sudden, if you've never been there, I highly recommend that you go there. It is absolutely amazing. And so what I have here is an olive oil. So they have olive oils and balsamic vinegars, but they have induced with, like, this is wild raspberry. So it's not it's induced with the fruit. And you can make the most delicious salad dressing with this combo. And I love mango, I love the raspberry. That is so delicious, and you can do so much with dressings. You can make your own Italian dressing, right? You take your olive oil. I use this Arbequina for my dressings from All of a Sudden because it's a nice, mild olive oil versus the olive oil that I might use to cook with. And then I can add so many flavors. You can add herbs and spices, which I'll be talking about in a few minutes as well. So you can also, I talked a little bit about Primal Kitchen. I do like their brands. This is one of their ranch avocado oil, delicious. And you can make your own ranch as well using the base. Again, going back to this mayo, I find that this avocado oil mayo, this is the Sir Kensington one. I really like the flavor of this. And I will warn you, when you switch from regular mayo to the avocado oil, it's a little different, and it takes a little while to, I don't know if anybody's experienced that, to kind of get used to the flavor. But once you do, there's no going back. As regular mayo is filled with soy products, toxins, preservatives, and you don't need any of that, right? So especially when the stores have so many alternatives. They have so many. The doctor and I have been eating this way for almost 30 years because I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when I was back in my 20s, so I'm aging myself. And back then, they didn't have any gluten-free, any healthy products, so I'm always blown away at what they have in the stores. So these are really good for dressings. The other thing I wanted to show you is how you can use things like white wine vinegar, rice, or I don't use the rice, or like the red wine vinegar. You can add these and the flavor is just amazing. So don't be scared to do that as well. I also like to add, you can do those simple things with the avocado or avocado mayo and your mustards, Dijon mustard. It's amazing what a great tang that will make. The key is when you're looking at a recipe, if you want your meal to taste even that much better, you have to spend a few minutes to plan. Okay, am I gonna make a special sauce to finish it? Am I gonna saute, like on Fridays, I usually saute chicken and any of the veggies that I have kind of left over because every Saturday morning I go grocery shopping. I will saute it all in a pan, and then I'll usually finish it with adding a little bit of broth at the bottom, and then I will add all different types of flavors and sauces. And if I want to thicken it, I will use arrowroot powder, a little bit of water, and it thickens just like cornstarch. So this way I've taken kind of a very basic meal and elevated it. So another thing that I like to do is, are you guys familiar with coconut aminos? Give me a yes, a hello. This is the alternative that we use to soy sauce. And this is amazing. I almost once a week, I make a flank steak that I cut up really thin, and I use ginger and garlic and salt and pepper to cook it up. And then I'll make a sauce with coconut aminos and some sesame oil. It's one of my family's favorites. So this is an amazing product. It's all about looking for what is the taste that you're looking for. Am I looking for something with like a soy sauce flavor? Am I looking for something that's more of a barbecue flavor? And so that's kind of the sauces. Okay, I'm gonna scoot all that over. Now we're gonna go to my favorite part, which is spices. Who loves spices? Who loves to add spices to their meals? Who has gotten a little out of their comfort zone and is, making kind of little concoctions with your spices? Anybody on here? I love to tell people, when you are making, whether it's a rub, like I have tri-tip behind me, I should actually show you guys. I think I have like 10 different seasonings on there, and it's all about layering the flavors. So let me give you an example. Let's go back to, I talked about on Fridays how I'll make like a saute dish with chicken and veggies. So I will saute the chicken and I will go to my salt and pepper, right? And then usually everything, where's my garlic? Everything has garlic, and then I'll probably add some herbs. So that's with the chicken. I will then roast my veggies with a whole different set of spices. Have you guys discovered this from Trader Joe's? Can you see that? I love this on my veggies. In fact, tonight, right before I went live, I was cutting up the Brussels sprouts for dinner, and I will put them in the oven with some olive oil, put this everything but bagel seasoning on it, and then if I want kind of a little cheesy, have you guys tried this in nutritional yeast? This will give you a little cheesy flavor. So now talking about my Friday meal. So I've made the chicken, I've made the veggies, and then I bring it together, and now I will season that as well. All of those levels of seasoning is really, really helpful. So like I said, I normally start everything with my salt and pepper. Almost everything, where is it, gets my garlic powder. Does anybody else kind of love to do that? Then what I love to do is I may layer, depending on what I'm making, I love to add like a smoked paprika. That just adds just such a kick of flavor. If you guys have ever, anybody local has ever been to the Savory Spice Shop, love this one. Love the Peruvian chili lime seasoning. This is also really fun to put on top of, it could be anything. Your steak, to your chicken, to your meat. But the paprikas and these flavor add that next layer. So then I might add some herbs. This one, can you guys see that? This is also one of my favorites from Savory Spice Shop. What I like about these, oops, spilt a little there. And so what I like about these is when you read the ingredients, all that's in here are the herbs, nothing else. There's no added sugars, no preservatives, nothing. And believe it or not, your spices, they hide that stuff in there, and there's no need for it. We're trying to get rid of all that so we can be healthy. So I like to have things like basil and thyme, because again, you can start things with your salt, your pepper, your garlic, and then you put on some smoked paprika, maybe some herbs, and now what do you think? You've got a very flavorful meal. And the key is you need to play around with it. You're not going to know what you like until you try it. You have to explore with the flavors. So here again, I love this on my veggies. This is amazing. I also like this lemon pepper. I love those flavors. I usually put that on my steak. That's really yummy. Ginger is another one. As I was telling you, I will do a nice little coconut aminos, ginger, garlic, maybe a little bit of sesame oil. Amazing flavors. The other kind of little added punch is if you, where is it, my cumin. Has anybody ever used cumin? This we usually use in chilies and different things like that, but the tri-tip that we're having tonight for dinner that I said has like 10 layers, I think it has almost everything that I have here is on the tri-tip right now. And what's great about all those different layers, and I think I ended it with the cumin, is together and with the juices and the flavor of the meat, it's just delicious. So I love this. And oh, I know, I also brought out these little containers, because what's fun is if you make your own little rubs, you can take all these different pieces and different spices, make your own little, your own combination, and then you can use it again. And you can make this for anything, your chicken, your ground beef, your pork, your steak. It's all about playing around with it. You're not gonna know what you like until you play around with it. So I also wanted to share these. I don't know if anybody has seen these at the store, these paleo powder. These are really great. They have a nice little combination. So like this one has the salt, the chili powder, the garlic, the black pepper, onion powder, white cumin, and cayenne pepper. So this is actually kind of the different layers of spices that I'm always talking about and what I just mentioned, but it's all in one container. So these are really cool as well to check out. Okay, there's obviously a lot more spices. I don't know if you guys have ever been to that Savory Spice Shop, but wow, they have a lot. And what's cool is, I was gonna say you can try them. Now, I haven't been there in a while, so I'm not sure that you can try them, but you can get little containers of things to try. And I challenge you to try, because you're not gonna know what you love until you make like a little combination, write it down and go, oh my gosh, I love that. That was great, okay? All right, So I wanted, so for anybody who has pen and paper, I wanted to share a couple of ideas for some homemade dressings. What's amazing is you can Google, you can get cookbooks. I have a whole stack of cookbooks that I use and I utilize. I usually find a couple of recipes and then modify it a little bit. It's kind of the thing that I do. But some of my favorites is like an avocado relish, which is very much like making a guacamole. But with the relish, you're going to use avocado, cilantro, red onion, and lemon juice, and then your salt and pepper. And how delicious is that? You can put that on anything and elevate the flavor. Then if you want, you can even add some like mango, and now you've got this yummy mango relish. So that's delicious. You can make your own salsa. Yes, I showed you a couple of salsas here, but you know, you can make your own, and those flavors when they're fresh are amazing, and you can literally put that on all your different foods as well. You can make a yummy smoky barbecue sauce. You can even take like one of these barbecue sauces like this, that's a classic, and you can make it smoky. You can add like the smoked paprika. That's one of my favorite. I love the flavors that adds. So that's fun. Pestos. Oh my gosh, I love making pestos. So my pesto recipe that I've been making is a fan favorite at my house, is a walnut and arugula pesto. So I use arugula, parsley, walnuts, garlic, some lemon juice, salt and pepper, and sometimes I'll use Parmesan cheese. And I'll put it in my food processor and just let it go and add some olive oil till it's the exact consistency. This will last for days, and you can put that on top of pestos or pestos, on top of the gluten-free pastas that they have. That's delicious. I make a pesto chicken and I barbecue the chicken, add its own little flavors, and then put it with the pasta, or you can just put it on top of the chicken. You can put it on top of your meat. It's delicious. I know another favorite pesto is the basil and walnut. So it's basil, parsley, walnut, olive oil, garlic, salt, and pepper. So has anybody here made a pesto? Have you made a pesto? Have you tried pesto and think, oh, I love pestos? Because they actually, once you make them, you can put them in a container and keep it in your fridge, and you can literally put it on anything. Let's say you're gonna have eggs, you can put the pesto on the eggs. You can put it on any sort of a leftover dish, and it just elevates the flavor. It's delicious. The last thing I want to share, and I wrote this recipe down because it is one of my favorites. It's called the Best Green Goddess Dressing. This is amazing, and it's so delicious. If you take romaine lettuce and if you cut it up and grill it, I don't know if you've ever done that, you can put a little bit of spices, you can put a little bit of olive oil, put it on the grill and top it with this dressing. Oh, it's amazing. It is half a cup of paleo mayo, talked about that, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, half a cup of basil, half a cup of parsley, 2 tablespoons of chives, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. And you put it in your food processor, and it is so creamy and delicious, and all those fresh herbs in there is just amazing. You can put that on a salad, you could put that on your meat, you can put it on your veggies. So that was the last one I was going to share. I could literally talk and talk and talk, as you can see, about this. It is my passion. I love cooking. I love to eat. I love the idea of helping people elevate the flavors of their food. So no one will ever say, oh my gosh, that was boring. Mom, what am I eating? You go to your friends, oh, you're going to serve that again? No, there's so many possibilities out there. So I hope you enjoyed this information. As I shared at the beginning, I've done a healthy swap video. I did one on snacks, which would be really good for the kids going back to school right now. I've also done one on almost like everything you can imagine in your home, in your kitchen, healthy swaps, and then this one. So I hope this was interesting, informational. If there is a topic that you would like me to cover, please message, give information. That would be amazing, because we want to make sure we're talking about what you are interested in. And again, thank you everybody who joined me live today. Dr. Rappy and I go live every Tuesday on Facebook Live, right here, 4:30 on Tuesdays. And next week we're talking about what is functional medicine testing, what do we offer, and why do we do it? So again, if you have any questions, I put in the information section here, the description, our link to our website. Call us, we're here for you. Hope you have an amazing evening, and thank you everybody again for joining. Have a fantastic night.